you guys, I'm so glad you're here with me today. So upon making my last video about styled shoots, it brought some things to my attention, and I want to talk to you and make this video about tips for you to have a successful styled shoot. So again, this is not only for photographers, this is for any vendor that would be involved in a style shoot, and this is so important. So a lot of times I've heard people say that, you know what, they tried to do the style shoot thing and they were discouraged about it. It didn't work out. All that I was saying, yeah, that would have been great in Fairy Tale Land, Emily, but that wasn't my experience. That didn't work out for me. So I wanted to give you guys some tips and how to ensure that you can have a successful style shoot and take it upon yourself to do that work so that it can be worth your time and worth your while, because they can be really awesome when they work right. And so I think that whenever you're approached about doing a styled shoot, or maybe you're thinking about approaching someone, you need to realize, and we kind of touched on this a little bit in the other video, but you gotta team up with people who make sense for your business, okay? Do not team up with someone who has clients that you would never ever want to work with. That doesn't make sense for you. Why do you, then your reach in those people's arenas doesn't matter because you don't want to work with those people. And so this is when we need to kind of take a step back and we really need to think about our ideal client and all that stuff. And maybe I need to make a video about ideal clients. I don't know. If you think yes, tell me in the comments. But so you really need to keep that ideal client in the forefront of your mind and what you want to be creating all the time in the forefront of your mind. Because if someone approaches you or you're about to approach them and you don't really like their work, you don't really like the couples they're working with or the people that they work with, then they're probably not a good fit for your styled shoot. I'm just saying, okay? So that's a really big one. That's like the biggest thing. Okay, so next thing is communication. Yes, communication. Everybody knows it. If you're married, you know it. If you're in any kind of friendships, you know it. Communication is key, okay? Communication. So what am I talking about? What do I mean? Okay, so after you've been approached or somebody has approached you, or you've approached somebody, sorry, you need to establish like proper communications, like even the basics of stuff. When is the shoot? What is the color scheme? What are you wanting? Even all that stuff is nice to talk about before you even commit to doing a style shoot, or before you even start planning one. If you're going to be the one going and approaching somebody, you need to have a freaking plan, okay? You need to have this stuff written out so that you have your crap together, you look professional, and that makes other people want to work with you, okay? It is a good thing when it's like, hey, do you want to work with me? I got a plan. And maybe not like too pinpointed of a plan, because us as artists, we like a little bit of free reign, you know, like don't tell the cake lady exactly what do you do if you don't know anything about cakes. That's just dumb. Like, let the florist thrive, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, but anyways, especially for publication and that kind of stuff, you have to have a plan, and communication has to be key for those types of shoots. And so let's talk about this. So that's an easy thing to say, of course, Emily, duh, communication, la 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 la. I'm not planning the shoot, it's not my thing, I'm just one of the people here. Well, I would encourage you to take it upon yourself for some of that responsibility, okay? You're needing to ensure success for this thing, because a lot of times photographers are the one that are planning it. And I'm a photographer, I'm not trying to hate on photographers. We all usually mean well, but bless our hearts, we just, sometimes details fall through the cracks. Sometimes we're just absent-minded professor. I don't know, but you guys help us out. Give us some love. So what do I mean by that? A great way to get everybody who's involved in the style shoot on the same page could be one, maybe a group text, but also, first and foremost, I think you guys should make a Google Doc. Have a living document that everyone can add to and everyone can edit and everyone knows what's going on, so that it's all filled out in here. Put in the timeline, put in when people need to be here, when do the models need to get ready, when does the hairstylist need to be done, la 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 la. All these things are super important for the key to your successful shoot. And I know you know that, but so many times we take the back seat and we play the blame game and we're like, this shoot flopped because that person's a freaking idiot. They may be an idiot. I'm not saying they're not, but I think it's our jobs to take it upon ourselves to make this thing freaking awesome. Do everything in your power to make it awesome. If you feel like you might be stepping on some toes, that's okay. Just say it in a nice way. Just say, hey, I'd love to help you any way I can. Can I make this Google Doc and share it with everybody so we're just all on the same page? Who's gonna say, ew, no, don't do that? Not even, if they do say that, maybe you shouldn't be working with them. Maybe they're not the right kind of person to be working with if they're not going to cooperate with the team. And so that's also another awesome opportunity for you to have success in these shoots, is when we talked about networking in the other video. This is huge, guys. This isn't just networking with that one person that approached you. This is going out of your way to network with all those other vendors that are in this shoot with you together. Hey, shoot them an email, send them a text, give them a call. Say, hey, I can't wait for that shoot we're doing together. That's going to be great. Oh, what are you making? Blah, blah, blah. Like, invest in people. Build those relationships. It's a disservice to yourself to let that opportunity and chance go by. Because these are invaluable relationships. You have the opportunity to create these different bonds, you guys, so you gotta capitalize on it. It's not enough just to capitalize on the person that asked you to do the shoot. And so I would say reach out to those other vendors, get pumped, lift everybody's spirits, get psyched, build some momentum for in anticipation for this thing. Another thing is you definitely need to be on the same page. Everyone needs to be on the same page with the photographer about images, copyright. Are you able to use them? Are you able to print it? What is going on with the images? Okay, because I would hate for you to just assume, because different photographers do things differently, and never assume that you're just gonna get all the images, because maybe that's not what they do. And so make sure you have a conversation. Make sure you talk about that. That can't be the elephant in the room. That needs to be addressed straight on, because you're busting your butt for these awesome images. You need to be able to use them for your portfolios. You need to have them unwatermarked. You need to have them for your Instagram. All this jazz. And yes, I said unwatermarked because, guys, we should be mature enough and old enough, especially in the industry, to give credit where credit's due, y'all. Can I get an amen? So giving credit where credit's due, yeah, clients mess that up sometimes, but they're not thinking about that. They don't really think about it, but us in the industry, we think about that. Credit and that kind of stuff is in the forefront of our mind, and so I think we're all adults there. That brings me to my other point about this shoot being successful. So in the other video, we talked about reach. We talked about exposure, right? And so the only way for that to properly work, guys, is for everyone to properly tag the images. Oh my goodness, I don't know how this is not talked about, but this is such a crucial part. So for the exposure to work properly, every single vendor needs to be tagged, guys. Every single one. Because simply it's not fair if you don't. So, okay, let's for instance say I'm the florist, and of course I'm going to post those pretty pictures of my flowers, because oh my gosh, this is my feed about flowers, so I'm probably not going to post about, the calligrapher's invitation, or maybe, I don't know, the cake. I might not be highlighting that unless it's my florals on top, or whatever. And so the reason that this becomes a problem, guys, when you don't tag all the vendors in every photo is, let's say I'm the florist and I'm just like, okay, here's the bouquet, and then I tag the photographer that did it. Woohoo, thanks photographer, because duh, we do that. But see, you just did an injustice to all your whole team. The baker, all the people that were involved, the calligrapher, all these people, the hairstylist. They're not getting that exposure from you. And that's really sad for them, and that's why they're doing this. So we're all in this together. No vendor's better than the other. We all need to be here for this to go successfully. So that's why even when you're just posting that picture of your bouquet, you need to tag the whole team, okay? Tag the whole team so that everyone can see who is involved. I would even take it a step further and recommend for you not only to do the tags within the image when you click on it and see the tags, but then also in the comments below saying, you know, styling, hair and makeup, photographer, listing them out at the bottom as well. That's just a nice courtesy. And why not? Why not serve your people? Why not give them love? Okay, so that's another thing. So tagging everyone, that's like one of the biggest keys to success, guys. And hopefully I explained that well enough. But also, you know, you need to equip your people as well. So equip your people, help your, to help everyone tag, and make sure that that is a priority. That needs to be talked about. That needs to be at the top of the Google Doc. Okay? That needs to be something at the forefront. Because some people, this may be their first shoot. They don't know. So educate your people, equip your people. For my photo shoots, I like to even like make this cute little printout, and I hand it to everyone there. The models, I hand it to the models, I hand it to everybody. And at the top of that paper it says, be sure to tag every single vendor in every single photo. And I have the models tags, I have everybody's Instagram information, email information, and website information, y'all. Because putting your Instagram tags on Facebook doesn't work, okay? And so have all that contact information, because we're just trying to create momentum in business for everybody who did this shoot. Am I right? So that's important. Equip your people, especially the models too, guys. Everybody needs to be on the same page and on the same team. And then lastly, to ensure. So the end of the video cut off, and I didn't realize it till I was editing it right now, but I needed to share with you guys the final tip is talk to your photographer. It's okay to request for certain images from them. So for instance, like if you're a hairstylist, you can ask for pictures of certain angles of the hair, because quite frankly, us as photographers, we're trying to think about a lot of things at one time. And sometimes we forget, we just honestly forget, and it's so nice to have you as a vendor remind us of certain things, because we want to please you, like we want to work with you again. We asked you to be here in the first place, so of course we want to do everything we can to make sure this is a good opportunity for you and working for you. So don't be shy of your makeup artist, you know, just say, hey, can you please just make sure I really need for my portfolio, for my Instagram feed, some different images to mix it up. So can you take some close-ups of like her like closing her eyes, or like looking down, or a side angle, or the lips, or her hands, or whatever it is that you need. Don't be bashful to say that. And as for florist or anyone else, the cake, just be straight up with us as photographers, because we want that feedback too. And again, we want to do our best for you, and we don't take offense to that. We don't. And if they do, then that person, I don't know what to tell you, but like this is you ensuring that you have a successful shoot. Don't just leave it up to assuming that other person, that photographer, is going to know exactly what you need. Because again, like I said, bless our hearts, we're thinking about a lot of different variables. And at the end of the day, we aren't you, and we don't know exactly what you need. So help us out and tell us. In a really sweet way, obviously. Go about it in a really kind way. And by no means do you have to submit a 10-page shot list. Don't be that person, you know. But if you just have a few suggestions, a few requests, you should definitely be able to get that. So I wanted to add that last part. Again, I'm sorry that obviously it's a different day. I chopped my hair off. All this stuff is different. I don't even have full makeup today, but I said, you know what? I don't care. They need to know this last tip because it's important. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining. See you next time.